Yo, yeah, I'm good. Oh, this is it. Oh my god, my laptop is so slow at the moment. Oh my god. Hungry, but I have, but I streamed. It's like. Um, oh my god, is it the same problem again? Hungary, round 9. Oh my god, it doesn't work. Yeah, this problem again. That your voice just doesn't go onto my stream, so like just so no one can hear you on my stream. I don't know. It just has been like that for some people. With with one my friend, there's no problem. It just okay. If it's that, then good. If it's just only that, then copy the link and then send it to the. Probably not. I don't think they'll be able to hear me. It's always like that. It's always the same problem. laptop is just big slow. Like some of the channels just won't load. Then like some of the info that I have to have on my laptop, because then doing all on my phone is just gonna be way too messy. No, I got everything on, I think. So broadcast, no, not broadcast settings. Yeah, I've got all of them on. Yeah, it's always a little like that. Like for some reason, for me, it just doesn't work. I, I don't, I, I just don't understand. Oh god. Yeah, it's just all messed up. Like for some people, it just works. For some people, it doesn't. It's like annoying, really annoying. Like I don't understand the problem, because like then I guess it's not the mic, because I have a I have the normal mic, or not the normal, like a more professional, so that's you can hear me better. But then I don't know. I have no idea at all. Honestly, I don't know at this point what to do. Seriously, I have no idea what to do right now with you. You just all messed up. No clue at all. No idea. I don't know. Yes, I might. I don't know. It looks like that I have to do it on my own at the moment. I guess, by the looks of things. Yeah, that's the problem. Like I have these settings on, including my microphone, audio, and video clips, broadcast, and then share audio, party audio. But then like it just doesn't work. With some people, it just doesn't work. I seriously have no idea what is going on. I don't know. I guess I'll just. I don't know. Like I don't want to leave you, like just hanging. But then like, there's like no really other option. Like you would be talking, but then like there's like the people who watch my stream can't hear. Like it's just so weird. Like they think that I'm just alone and I'm just taking a break, but instead it's just you talking, but no one can hear you besides me. Like it's just almost up. I don't know. Well, I guess I'll just start commentating. I don't know. I'm not. Well, yeah. I guess I would just leave you hanging. It just doesn't work with you. It's, yeah. See ya. Alright, now I just need to go to another party. Because if the stream doesn't... yeah, I need to scroll over the audio. Alright. So... yeah, me and... Lewis tried, but I guess never worked for us. It just didn't want to take our voices into neither of the... Wait, what? Wait, I can't... Oh. Forgot about this. But yeah. Welcome to BPRL Division 1 Round 9 around Hungary. So the track located in Hungary has 16 corners, no, 14 corners. Circuit length is 4.3 kilometers, and the lap record is set by Lewis Hamilton in 2020, 1:16.627. So just quick rundown of the lap. Things to commentate on that I've been given, as Hennessy starts his lap as well as his teammate Danilo. So, few facts, or one fact, that a pole sitter has never won the race on the same round. So like last race, Reggie got the pole position but didn't win. He got crashed out, as well as the same in Austria. He got the pole position but he crashed out. The midfield of the championship, it doesn't work for me. No, this thing doesn't work for me on my laptop. So like, in the midfield, it looks quite close. Haas leading 64 points. Alpine tied with them with 64 points. Alfa Romeo 6th, 50 points. McLaren 7th, 48 points. Williams surprisingly 43 points, and then AlphaTauri 38 points. Aston Martin sadly is 28 points behind AlphaTauri, as Hennessy sets a fastest lap in Q1, 1:17.686. Alfie goes second, 1:18.818. Then in the server championship, like in all divisions, as Alfie spins going into turn. Well, no, I need to look at the track map because I didn't look at the track map at all, because me and Liz were trying something quickly, because this is all messy. Like I saw in turn 2, Hybe goes fourth, 200ths behind Alfie. Jovi went second, 118.659, 1 second behind Hennessy. So in the server championship, it looks like Mercedes are leading from Ferrari by just 2 points, and then Red Bull close behind Ferrari by just 2 points. It is all close. Top 3 is only separated by 4 points, and then yet again Alpine are tied with a team, but this time with Alfa Romeo, 242 points for them. Williams 240, McLaren 239. So those 4 teams are only separated by only 3 points. Haas 8th with 167 points, and AlphaTauri with 161 points. Aston Martin sadly are still at the dead bottom. Reggie goes fastest, 116.626, 1 second faster than Hennessy, but Hennessy is in the Williams. And I haven't talked yet about the driver transfers that happened after after Great Britain, but we'll get that shortly. And Tur has been dominating these last 2 races since he wasn't on the pole position at all during, or like close. Oh no, wait, in Britain he was kind of close, but but in Austria and Great Britain, so the last 2 races he has won both of them. Could we see him do it again in that Mercedes? And then unlike Mercedes, which it is in the top 3, but the gap between Mercedes and then Red Bull and Ferrari is just a bit like Mercedes lose about few tenths a lap to Red Bull and Ferrari. So it is quite impressive by him, but this race there is no him. I just realized that Tur is not here, so he can't get his 3rd win in a row. So this race is going to be a different winner than Tur. And then the driver transfers that I've talked. So Lamas to Ferrari, Koch goes down to McLaren from Ferrari, Lamas from Williams to Ferrari, Alfie to Alfa Romeo, Gio to McLaren, so I think a swap by them. Then Williams, Hennessy to Williams, and then Naut to Haas, and then High to Aston Martin, and then Pet to Williams. So for Williams there's a whole new lineup in terms of full time drivers. I might just close my laptop at the moment. There's nothing in here that I need to talk about, I don't think. Just need to concentrate on the race because of all that miss. Regina Hennessy still 1 and 2. Dietrich up into 3rd, 118.309. High 4th, 118.629. Quite impressive by him, since in the Williams he was doing, being honest, not the greatest, and now he's 3rd in an Aston Martin. So I guess he's feeling a bit more confident in that Aston Martin, or it just could be the fact that just some people haven't done their best times, like Brandon or Shesa, who hasn't even finished his time. Matt still is yet to do a time. Lamas we could say as well, it does like a solid time, because 128.707 is not good, as High has spun in turn 11. I'm so lost in here, so it will take me a little bit to get used to it. Mas is starting his flying lap at the moment. There's still Gemini and Matt, they have to still do their times. Sheza 1:38.199, but that time is easily improvable. Brandon going slowly in turn 11. Hopefully he's not gonna block the McLaren of Coke, I believe. No, it was Jovi. It was Jovi. Also Matt has let go the Red Bull of Shaza through. Shaza is still yet to do a solid time. There is second sector split. He's improving. Of course he's improving. 19.4.5 seconds. So at the moment, if my math is good, then like it would mean he would go like third, second, and through the final corner, turn 14, and there is open, and he crosses the line. He goes second, very close behind his teammate Shazal, 1:16.680. Lamas goes third, 1:17.481, 8 tenths behind Shaza. Matt doing the same as Coke. Still, the time is not that they would like, since it's basically 10 seconds, not 20 seconds of the pace. Matt is doing yet again a run, I think. Well, with that amount of fuel, 0.9, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be very close with that amount of fuel. He has a little bit of the ERS. Coke can't do as much this whole Q1 till the end if he really wants to. Matt through the turn 11. He's improving, but is he gonna finish this lap, or is he gonna go back into the pits? Maybe just refuel. Maybe to just refuel or something, I don't know. He doesn't go into the pits, so he's finishing this lap with only 0.3 laps of fuel. And he crosses the line, he goes 5th, 1:18.337. Coco goes 15th only, 1:19.758. I think he's doing long runs on the mediums, as he's quite still pushing quite a bit, I think. He's using ERS. Well, the percentage... No, he's not using ERS. Gemini goes 7th, 1:18.455. The amount of drives in 1:18s is from 5th place to P13, and it is very close between all the drivers. Even the top two, only 600 between them. There were yellow flags for Coke, but maybe just a mistake. Or me just trying to regain the ERS. We'll see. Okay, since at the moment there's nothing really to watch, honestly. Well, Gemini is, well, he's going back in the pits. Coke is gonna start his yet again flying lap. Alfie not improving. Oh god, there's two Alfies. Alright, this is a bit easier since I don't have to call, like, it's not the same as with F1 Lewis's. I'll just try to call this one Hudson. I'll try, but probably I will still fail. Stack causing a flex, but he's just going slowly. Just a bit more than 3 minutes to go. The drivers who are in the danger of not getting into Q2 are Coke, Hudson, Brandon, and Danilo. Let me just check if Coke is improving on his time. I don't think he is gonna be, but we'll see. He's improving by half a second. I underestimated him with the 3-lap-old mediums. Well, they don't wear out as much as the softs, since George is on those soft 6 laps. He's done a full race stint. And Coke coming across the line, where he goes 14th, 7 tenths of improvement. So he's now less than half a second ahead of George, who is on a 6-lap-old softs. So he's not gonna improve. I can tell you that. I don't think he's gonna improve on 6-lap-old softs, and he has no fuel, so he's definitely out. Well, if someone improves, Mormonic looks to improve. Well, he did improve on that second sector, but just turn 13 he did a mistake going a bit wide on the curbs, and now on the there. Haven't been commentating for a while, and not improving, and he goes straight into the wall, and he's out of Q1. There's still a few drivers that need to do their laps. Brandon is now going on his probably final flying lap. Well, he has still time to do a proper one, but we will see him. What's his pace? If he's gonna finish this one or just abandon this one and maybe do another one. Danilo has started his flying lap, as well as Alfie hasn't started his flying lap, and it will be his final flying lap. Brandon through the first sector is improving. He's improving by 1/10 through the first sector. Danilo through the first sector is improving, and by how much? He's improving by half a second. But he still needs to find a lot more time as he goes onto the curb that just spins you, and he now just messed up his turn 5 quite a lot. Brandon is improving, but ahead of him there's a Alpine of George who just didn't get out of the way. Well, Brandon still has time to do another lap, but it will be on the used set of softs. Danilo, I didn't check if he was improving. Well, he isn't going to be improving anyway that much that he can improve. Alfie goes 5th, 117.785. Danilo comes to the line and he doesn't improve at all. Hudson, he has invalidated his time, so he is out as well. There is still Brandon, who can push out George out as a sort of a revenge, as George just didn't get out of the way. But George is still on his way, and it doesn't look like that he wants to get out of the way. So George yet again, George just stays on the racing line as Brandon is on a flying lap. Well, this is Brandon now out of Q1 as High goes 4th. What a performance by High now. He must have taken some steroids, because now he's ahead of Hennessy. Like, in the Williams he couldn't do anything, and now in the Aston Martin he's just doing wonders at the moment in P4 ahead of Hennessy, who is, well, if he is given the car, then He's the fastest. Definitely fastest. Well, so Mormonic, Hudson, Brandon, and Danilo didn't get through into Q2. Well, we know how Brandon didn't get through. George just didn't get out of the way. And Mormonic, Hudson, and Danilo, with their own mistakes, yeah, just bit disappointing by Brandon, but not Brandon, George, but it is a Red Bull 1-2 in the first phase of qualifying. Lamas quite close, well, third in terms of lap time, not, but in terms of position, he is high fourth, surprisingly. Hennessy fifth, Alfie sixth, Stack seventh, Gravity eighth, Matt ninth, Dietrich 10th, Gemini 11th, Jovi 12th, Hype 13th, Coke 14th, and George 15th. But well, okay, I'm not gonna talk about that. But Mormonic, Hudson, Brandon, and Danilo couldn't get into Q2. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. It's life. Not everything goes on to your way. And now the second phase of qualifying has started. And now the spectator menu yet again. Not everything on. It is Hennessy, the first one out on track. Behind him, it is Matt. Then it's a Red Bull of Shaza. Then it's a Aston Martin of High. Then behind it is Reggie in the Red Bull. Then it's Jovi in the McLaren. In the Alfa Romeo it is Alfie. Then in the Haas it is Hybe. Then it's Coke in the McLaren, in his new McLaren. Dietrich in the Alfa Romeo now, and George, Stack, Gemini, Lamas, and Gravity still haven't gone out. Oh, now Gravity is now out of his pits. Just few things I need to check. So Hennessy is going to be the first one to start his flying lap yet again, and now Lamas has gone out of his pit box as well. Not really sure what to look at. Yellow flags in the last corner. That's just drivers preparing for their starts or their flying laps. That yellow flag as well. Lamas has reached very close to Hennessy, and now he could interrupt Matt's time or lap, but he didn't. He didn't do the same as George. Hennessy through the second sector. What's his time gonna be through the second sector? It is gonna be a 55.101 Matt is gonna be 55.455, and the yellow flags are for the Red Bull of Reggie, who has made a mistake, or he has invalidated his flying lap already. As ooh, that was very close between an Alfa Romeo and Reggie, but the Hennessy goes fastest, 117.366. Matt doesn't go fastest, 117.538. Behind, Shazak goes fastest, 116.903. As we saw, Gravity has spun on the exit of turn 3. High goes fourth, 118.129. Then it's a McLaren of Joby, 118.773. Then it's a Alfa Romeo of Alfie, but he invalidated his time. Reggie spun around on the exit of turn 13. Hype coming across the line, he has invalidated his time. Dietrich fourth, 117.894. Reggie going into the pits. Stack will be starting his flying lap shortly. Coke doesn't look like that. No, he has made a mistake on his lap. Gravity has spun on his lap as he is burning fuel. Lamas going into the final corner, one of the most technical corners on this lap, on this track, and then he goes fastest, 116.674. My god. Sorry, I don't know what's going on, even myself. So yeah, Lamar's goes fastest. Alfie goes 7th, 118.363. And then it's Haas coming across the line, and it is Hybe going 6th to 117.940. Dietrich going into the pits. Yeah, going into the pits. Is it Gravity now? No, it's not. It's Stack. Finishing this lap, but he's lagging. He's really lagging, or maybe it's just my internet. I don't know. But he goes 9th, 118.648. Coke has invalidated his time. Gravity on the final corner, and he will go ahead of Coke, 118.853. Hamas going into the pits. George, 55.858. Sector 2. It's not a bad lap. It's like 3/10 of a Matt, so he's gonna be like between Dietrich and Hybe if he finishes his lap good. He goes 8th, 118.298, so he went between High and Alfie. I'm not... Oh. Not meant to do that. Reggie's on an out lap. So Gemini behind Coke yet again invalidated his time, and he goes into the pits. Gemini will be starting his flying lap shortly. Need to look at... I'll look at the comments quickly, since just quick. Hello, Gemini. Gemini has started his flying lap, and Reggie will start his flying lap shortly as well, taking a wide line in turn 14 to get to more speed as he's starting his flying lap. So that gives him like half a tenth, maybe, a faster approach to his lap. Gemini first sector 27.908 for for Reggie, it is gonna be a... I don't even know what's the optimal. 27.265 first sector. Shimano through the second sector. Now the most technical part of the track he was going through. And his second sector is going to be 55.724 for Reggie. It is going to be turn 11 and now 54.591 through the second sector. Gemini exiting the final corner and crossing line, he goes 11th, 118.659, just behind Stack. Less 100 between them, but Reggie coming across the line, and he goes fastest, 116.386, almost 3/10 faster than Lamas in Q2. George coming across the line, he did improve his time, but only 25 thousandths. Jovi goes ahead of George, 118.139. So at the moment, Alfie, Stack, Gemini, Gravity and Coke don't go through into Q3, but George yet again is very close of not making it in. Hopefully he doesn't do the same strat as he did, or the same thing as he did in Q1, as he on the exit of turn 5 he goes onto the sausage curb and he loses control of his car. He just managed to miss the wall, or if he hit the wall, then just a very little hit, as he spins yet again. Tires are very hard, so you'll have to be cautious with them. Jovi on an in lap. Yep, definitely on an in lap. Right. A bit more than 4 minutes to go in Q2. It will look like Reggie yet again fastest in Q1 in the qualifying. This time in Q2. High has started his flying lap, and now Hybe is gonna start his flying lap. Sorry. High through the first sector. Is he gonna improve his first sector? And he does improve his first sector by half a tenth. Hybe, will he improve his first sector? And the answer is yes, the same amount, half a tenth improvement through the first sector. High now through the second sector, past the most technical part of the lap, and now turn 11 tricky as well. He's improving by 2.5 tenths through the second sector. Now Hybe through turn 11, and is he improving still? He's improving. Half a tenth slower than High, but High has spun on the exit of the penultimate corner, and he has lost it all. So he will not improve, but Hybe still can improve. Go ahead of Dietrich, and he goes ahead of him. He improves by 1/10 on his lap, and he goes up to 6th place. And now all of the drivers are now getting out of their out of their pit boxes, or most. drives like Alfie, Stack, Gemini, and Coke. Gravity is still in. Interestingly. But Stack is gonna start his flying lap. Alfie going into the penultimate corner. So he will start as well his lap in few seconds. Stack through the first couple of corners, going into turn 2. A little bit wide, not taking the apex. That could lose him some time, but is he improving through the first sector? He isn't. 2.5 tenths lost in the first sector alone. So that 2.5 tenths lost in the first sector is quite a big margin, because there isn't that many technical places in the first sector, as Alfie is improving by 2 tenths through the first sector. High is yet again out to do his flying lap. Stack has found time, so he's now improving, but with that improvement won't be even a position up. But he crossed the line and he did improve, but he doesn't go fast any he didn't gain any positions. Alfie has found even more time through the second sector, and now through the final corner has he found more time, and he goes ahead of Hybe 178.575. He did find more time, and he's probably now going to be safe through the Q3. Stack has retired on track, so he won't be improving anymore, so he's out of Q2, as was George. Coke goes 5th, 117.506, so he's through to Q3. High didn't improve. Could his teammate throw him out? Yes, his teammate threw him out of a Q3 opportunity. Gemini 117.779, and he goes 8th. Dietrich won't be improving his time. There is only, or actually, Gravity still can go into Q3, but it doesn't look like that he will improve. No, he won't go into Q3. He did improve, and he goes ahead of his teammate and George, so he will not be lost in Q2. Jovi coming across the line, and he goes 8th, pushing Dietrich out. Hybe narrowly going into Q3. So Dietrich, High, Gravity, George, and Stack not going into Q3. Reggie yet again fastest. Now this time behind him is Lamas in 2nd place, but Shaza still 3rd, Hennessy 4th, Coke 5th, Matt 6th, Alfie 7th, George 8th, Jovi 8th, Gemini 9th, and Hybe rounding off the top 10 and just going into Q3. Good that car go into the pits a bit, or into the pit box a bit faster. Because I'm out of ideas of what to talk on about. Well, Reggie did gain time. If we talk about through Q1 into Q2, Shazza lost time, and Lamas did gain time. So interesting there. But High looks to have more pace in that Aston Martin than he did in that Williams. So maybe that move was good. Um. Oh yeah. So yeah. Yeah, the things. So now into Q3. Just the Q3 has started. I might just quickly check the comments. Yeah, you guys are into Q3. Good for you. Good for you. As the first one is already out on track, Hennessy again first going into the track. Behind him it's Ferrari of Lamas. Then it is a Red Bull driven by Reggie. Then it's a McLaren of Jovi. Then it's a Mercedes of Matt. And at the moment, no one. At the moment, no one. So yeah. But Alfie is now out on track. Doing some things with my mic. Alright. I don't know. Yeah, Alfie out on track, so still Hybe, Shazza, Gemini and Coke are yet to go out into onto the track. Hennessy yet again starting first his flying lap. Dennis Lamas, well, pretty much the same order as it was exiting onto the track. Everyone on softs, obviously. And Hennessy through the first sector. It is going to be a 27.623. Lamas through the first sector is going to be 27.351. Reggie is going to be a 27.242. For Shazza, it is going to be Matt 27.531. And then for Shazza is on a out lap. Let me just take a quick look at Jovi. For Jovi, it is going to be 27.694. Hennessy has inverted his flying lap. Lamas 54.643. Reggie 54.271. And Matt, well, I didn't get to see his, but Reggie is flying out here in Hungary. And Lamas through the final corner and through the finish line, he goes fastest, 116.488. But Reggie behind him was quick on the second sector, and he goes almost half a second ahead of Lamas, 116.007. Matt goes third, 117.151. Jovi goes fourth, 118.132. Shazza starts his flying lap, but what a lap by Reggie, almost half a second ahead of Lamas, and over a second ahead of Matt. Well, yeah, Matt is in a Mercedes, but still over a second ahead. This guy is flying and taking the Red Bull slogan seriously, or seriously and literally. Alfie goes fourth, 117.611. As Jovi spins on the death curb, you could say. Shazza through the second sector is gonna be a 54.287. Could we see a battle between the teammates? Shazza versus Reggie. Or is it just gonna be a boring one as in real life? But Shazza through the final corner. A very easy one to lose control, but he didn't lose control. And through the final corner, he goes second. 800 behind Reggie. Who's the next one? Hype has invited his time. Joey has left the session. Gemini has spun on the exit of turn 9. Hennessy yet again on an outlap, so he is doing very quick runs. He is doing this as fast as possible. Well, he did invalidate his first flying lap, so it is going to be his second flying lap now. But Gemini will finish this lap, and he will go 7th with 1:28.873. But obviously there is easily 9 seconds to improve on that lap. Hennessy is gonna start his flying lap. Hyper, I think, is on a flying lap. The ERS usage, let me just check that. He's using ERS, so he's on a flying lap. And Hype through the second sector, 55.275, which is a very good second sector if you're talking about the car that he has. Well, the car is not a Red Bull or a Ferrari, so we have to take the times a bit slower than a Red Bull would do. But Hybe goes 5th, 1:17.305, and he goes ahead of Alfie, but behind Matt. Gemini, I think, he is improving by 10 seconds, but he's going back into the pits. And he spun going into the pits. I didn't look at Hennessy's time at all, so I don't know his second sector. But through the final corner, very nicely, not spinning or anything, and he comes across the line and he goes 6th, 1:17.328, just 23 thousandths behind Hybe, but still almost 3/10 ahead of Alfie in the Williams. So I don't know, not really anything happening, so I might just check the comments real quick. Well, I don't know. I'd not really like to invite now, because it is gonna be it is gonna be a deciding 4 minutes right now. Time for a one lap wonder. Well, we will see what you will do. We will see what you will do, Coke. We will see. At the moment, still no one out on track, and the clock is hitting 3 minutes. Like now, so it is a bit, well, they still have some time, but I don't think everyone should go at the last minute, because like then it's just gonna be a whole big pile up like Coke is doing. He's going out first. Everyone is taking their times. Everyone is just shitting right now, besides Coke. What is going on? Hey. Alright. Drivers are going out. Alfie out on track. Gemini out on track. Red Bull of Shaza out on track. Still not everyone. Oh, there goes Lamas, Reggie, and there we see as well Matt going out on track. Oh, and there's as well Joby between Lamas and Reggie. There's very tightly packed 3 Formula 1 cars in the pits, and Hype as well out on track. Like I said, Matt as well, and Hennessy yet again out on track. Coke is gonna be the first one to start the times. Well, he hasn't started yet, but he will start his flying lap as he goes around the final corner, and with the DRS being activated, he starts his final flying lap, and the only one that he can set right now. Go to the first sector. Well, to the first corner looked good. Second corner, very early apex, a bit earlier than I would do, but now through the first sector, 27.565. It's an alright first sector behind. Oh my god, drivers, guys, why are you this close between each other? This is gonna be a huge pile up, like in 2019 Monza in Q3. Reggie being lucky to be being first, but then behind Shaza there's Hybe, very close, so Hybe might not get the best times. He doesn't have the cleanest air out of him. Neither does Matt, really. Neither does Hennessy. Like, everyone is very tightly packed. So we will see what they will do. But Coke coming across the line, and he goes 7th, 117.536. Alfie was improving through the second sector, but now coming across the line, he goes 5th, 117.183, ahead of Hybe, but behind Matt. Gemini coming across the line, and he goes 9th, 117.627. But is Reggie improving to the second sector? He's improving, but very little. Shaza isn't improving. Lamas has invalidated his time, so he won't be battling for the pole position. It is between the two Red Bulls. Is Reggie gonna improve his pole position time? Going around the final corner, and now DRS activated with no ERS. He does improve. From where does he gain that 1/10? Shaza as well gained 1/10, but Reggie improved a lot more, and he's more than 1/10 ahead out of Shaza. Lamas stays 3rd. Matt stays 4th. Hybe goes back into P5. Hennessy goes back into P6. Alfie drops down to P7. Coke 8th. Gemini 9th. And Jovi did improve his time, but didn't get ahead of Gemini. And it is Reggie on pole position here in Hungary. So, will we see the curse continuing this season with the pole sitter not winning the race? Will we see it again happening? But Reggie is very fast in Hungary. Alright, nice camera. But the question is the curse gonna fall down, go down, and is it gonna be broken by Reggie this race? It's the big question. It is a big question now. Reggie is looking quite fast. Shaza as well. Both Red Bulls are looking fast. Lamas is going to be starting third, not having the same pace at the moment in qualifying showed as the both Red Bulls, and Noise starting last since he just joined. So we will see. We will see after the race. We will see. We will see. We will see how it will go. It is cloudy here in Hungary. It is cloudy, but it's not raining at the moment. So, well, for some drivers it would be good for rain, but for some it wouldn't. But it just depends. As the formation lap starts, we'll see who went for what tires. Top 10 for a bit of a mixed one. Some 4 drivers went for the hard compound tires. Reggie, Lamas, Hybe, Alfie, Gemini and Jovi went for the mediums, while Shaza, Matt, Hennessy and Coke, they went for the hard compound of tires. Then the rest of the top 10, only 2 drivers went for the hard tires. Only Gravity and Noise went for the hard compound of tires. Rest for the mediums. So it's a bit. It is an interesting one. It is an interesting one, especially for Noise trying to go longer in the stint, and since, well, he's still somewhat fighting for the championship between himself and Reggie. He is going to be doing last to first, so we'll see how well he will do, and will he get caught in some incidents. At the moment, Reggie hit my steering wheel with my mic a bit hard, but Reggie sitting with 138 points and Noise with 109 points. So it is a it is a 29 points difference between them. So so is Reggie gonna increase that gap by winning this race, or just outscoring Noise, or is Noise gonna outscore Reggie? We'll see. But cool camera. But 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and lights out, and away we go here in Hungary. And both of the Red Bulls get a decent start, as well as Lamas. Hybe goes up into 4th, already overtaken Matt. Hennessy fighting with Matt for P5, but he's now getting attacked by Coke, who gains some positions at the back. Gravity gaining few positions on the hards, surprisingly. High up into 11th, or now 10th, attacking Gravity into turn 4. but now the teammates are now fighting, and Gemini Stack. Whoa! Oh, a bit of an interesting one between Stack and Noise and Gemini, but Gemini. Oh. Alright. No comment. No comment. No comments. But Noise has already overtaken 8 drivers, so he's now up into 12th. An impressive first lap by Noise, gaining the most amount of positions from everyone. And now he's trying to overtake. Well, no, he's not trying to overtake. High is trying to overtake Gravity into turn 1. Behind, Gemini and Stack are fighting. It's again the same, but Stack is lagging, so I think that was the cause of that thing that happened between Noise and the Stack. But Noise has overtaken High into turn 2 already, so he's up into 11th. Both the Red Bulls have kept their top 3 has remained in their respective positions, as behind Mormonic has spawned going into turn 4. As a bit ahead, Stack and Dietrich are fighting. We're fighting for P14. Don't know what's happened there. Maybe some contact causing Dietrich to lose time, or maybe just Dietrich made a mistake on his own, as Noise has overtaken Gravity into turn 11. No, 10. 12. Sorry, 12. Turn 12. Turn 12. Yes. So he's already up into point-paying positions just as we start lap 3. So in 2 laps, he has gained 10 positions. As up ahead, the McLaren drivers swapped their positions. Coke knowing that, well, Jovi is on the faster tire, so he's gonna have to give the position away for him. Behind them, Stack and Dietrich yet again, but Dietrich has now overtaken Stack into turn 4. Gemini has left the session, as up ahead, Gravity has spun on the death curb. I think he caught the curb, or the death curb, and just slid into the wall, and now he has front wing damage. And now he's probably gonna be going into the pit, changing that front wing. Meanwhile, up ahead, Noise has overtaken Coke in sector 2, so he's up into 9th position. Reggie with yet again a fastest lap of the race, 119.858. Brandon has gained some places as well, maybe not the same as Noise, but he has gained 3 positions. Yeah, top 3 has remained the same, with their same respectful positions. High has overtaken Matt, so he's 1 place up, and Matt 1 place down. Hennessy and Alfie, they have stayed on their respectful positions. Jovi has gained 2 positions. Noise has gained 11 positions. Coke has dropped 2 positions. High has gained 1 position. Dietrich has lost 1 position. George 1 position. Stack has gained 1 position, as Coke has spun on the exit of the chicane. I don't think he has front wing damage. No, he doesn't. Or at least it doesn't show for us, but now he is getting attacked by Hudson. So he's now dropped down to P15. Even P16, as now Hudson overtakes him into turn 11. Coke tries to switch back him, and now dive into turn 12. Up the inside of, no, 13. But unsuccessfully, so he's now dropped 8 places. As up ahead, Shaza and Lamas are fighting for P2. Lamas, knowing that he has the fastest tire, trying to go around the outside, but Shaza defending perfectly, positioning his car perfectly, and he has remained in P2. Noise has overtaken Jovi in the same place that his teammate tried to do on Shaza, but obviously Noise with probably more skill than Jovi, and obviously with a faster car and a lot more confidence around the outside of Jovi. And now for Noise, ahead is Alfie, who has been struggling to overtake Hennessy for on these laps. Noise just looking for the overtaking opportunity. RB just trying to stay close to him as Alfie goes wide on the exit of turn 13, and he already overtakes Alfie into the last corner. Does Noise have the DRS? No, he doesn't. So Alfie could try and regain that position on Noise. I mean, but he can as well remain on the same place as Matt has spun on the first corner, and now he's dropping down to P11. He has now dropped down to P11. That promotes Noise up into P6 and Hennessy up into P5. Alfie back into P7. Jovi 8th. High up into 9th, and Dietrich up into 11th. Coke yet again no. Stack has spun as well himself in turn 4, but Coke has spun in turn 3, and he's damaged his whole front wing. And well, he's obviously gonna go into the pits, so he is gonna be either second last or last when he exits the pits. Well, Danilo is on AI, so even if he will be behind him, then it will be no problem. As Stack yet again spins as well in turn 11. From these cameras I can't see if he has any damage. He has damage. Up ahead, Noise on the outside of turn 1, trying to overtake Hennessy. Now into turn 2. Does he overtake him? Yes, he does. But ahead of him, Shaza has spun, going to turn 2. I saw that Lamas and Shaza were fighting, or the gap was close between them. Could it be that Lamas hit Shaza on the back of him, and that sent Shaza spinning and now losing 4 positions? And sending him ahead of the train, of a 3-car train of Jovi, Alfie and High. Well, that is Noise up into 4th in just 7 laps, and he's now trying to, well, now gain time on Hybe. He barely has the DRS, but he has it, so he's gonna gain 10th on this straight, and then on the next straight he's gonna gain a 10th. Well, he's getting more in the corners than on the straights. Behind, Jovi has overtaken Alfie. Now Alfie is getting attacked by High now into turn 2, so it is a fight between High and Alfie, not Jovi and Alfie, as High has overtaken Alfie into turn 3. High went a bit wide, but I think he still overtook him before he went wide, as well as in the meantime Matt has overtaken Dietrich at the same place, or at the same time. Noise has already caught up to Hybe quite easily, and Hybe himself going off track, and Noise overtakes Hybe into turn 12. So Noise is already in the podium places, but he's still 10 seconds behind Reggie and 6 seconds behind Lamas, his teammate. So we'll see. Behind George and Dietrich. Well, George has overtaken Dietrich into turn 1 with the help of the DRS. And George is gonna have DRS for this little back straight, so Dietrich couldn't fight back. Ahead, Sheza has caught up to Hennessy going into turn 4 and now turn 5. Behind, Matt has spun on the exit of turn 4, and that is a full safety car. I think he has spun going into turn 4, but he could have been as well hit from behind. But this is a full safety car, and this is not. Well, this is beautiful. Alright, nobody knows who should be in front. But, well, I don't know what has happened there, but Reggie has stayed out on those mediums. Reggie goes in, Hype goes in, Noise doesn't go in since he's on the hards. Lamar's going for the fresh set of hearts, probably trying to go until the end. Then the whole pack of drivers, Shazar not going in, Hennessy going in, Jovi going in, Alfie going in, George going in, High going in, Dietrich going in, Brandon staying out, Hudson going in, More Money going in, Gemini going in. So plenty of drivers going in, and then only 2 drivers who were on the mediums have stayed out, Reggie and Brandon. Bit interesting by them. Hennessy pitting for the mediums. He wasn't previously. He was on the hards, I think. So that could be the reason. But now Noise has got up to Reggie, so he's now second in lap 10. Could we? So it is now between Reggie and Noise, the 2 title contenders in the season. I think Noise just has the better raw pace, but then Reggie is, well, Reggie is still quick, but he's better in terms of consistency, and I think in like racecraft aspect and just like race pace. To be honest, at the moment I have no idea what I'm talking about. And yeah, Noise seems to have more of it, that raw pace, but then Reggie is just better in terms of consistency and in the race as well. Well, in qualifying, he's doing as well good, but he has a lot more consistency than Noise. And Shazza, well, he has good raw pace, he has good race pace, consistency, and all of that, but just not overall pace, or not the same pace as Noise and Reggie. So I think he knows him as well, that he's like more of a number 2 driver. Well, Maz at the moment, well, hasn't, on this race, he hasn't been that much shining to fight Reggie. because he has been fighting Shaza, who has been on the hards, and he was on the mediums. So it could look like as well that Lamas was just getting a good amount of results in that Williams because he was just getting lucky, or maybe just the Ferrari just doesn't suit him. But safety car is in this lap, so Reggie is now managing the pace, and he will restart the race. And when he crosses the finish line, then everyone can overtake each other. However, they want, well, obviously not crashing them out. So Reggie is going in, so the race has been restarted. A very good restart by Reggie, but Lamas has already overtaken Noise, but before the finish line, so he had to give up that place. So at the moment, Reggie is in P1, but it looks... Oh no, it was just a bug. So Jovi is now ahead of Brandon, and Hudson and Alfie are fighting as High has spun on the exit of turn 3, and Hudson got caught up in that. Alfie got caught up in that, and I think someone else got caught up in that. As was it? I don't even know what to say. I can't focus on the ones. Coke has overtaken Mormonic. Well, Reggie has stayed in P1, but Noise is catching him, as was Lamas. No, Shaza was ahead of Hennessy earlier. But High has spun on the exit of turn 2. The exit of turn 3. He had good pace this race, but he's just bottling it himself. He has bottled it himself, and now he's down in P15 as George is trying to overtake Brandon around the outside of turn 1. So there's a bit of contact between them. Now going into turn 2. Brandon going a bit wide, not hitting the apex. But now into turn 3, Brandon has the inside line. But George is trying to go on the inside of turn 4. And he cuts the corner a bit and goes wide. But he does overtake him. Going into turn 4. And Brandon now has to watch out behind from Dieterich. Now. That staying out of those mediums wasn't good because he has no pace, and as well not much of grip, and especially rear grip, as he had a bit of a wobble on the exit of turn whatever it was, as he gets, I think, pushed from behind from one of the Mercedes powered cars, and now he goes wide in turn 13. He got overtaken by Coke now going into turn 14, and Shemina now very close behind him. Shemina could be now overtaking Brandon going into turn 1. But if Shemina doesn't dive down the inside, no, he doesn't. So Brandon has now dropped down finally to P10 because Coke has spun on the exit of turn 1 and he drops down to P14. Stack has retired. Oh, he just pressed the button. Okay, so it's not gonna be a safety car. But now Stack is out of the race. Reggie is still in the lead. The top 5 in the matter of fact has stayed the same. I think even Hype, Jovi and Jovi, they have stayed the same. But still, surprisingly, Hennessy is still very close behind Shaza. Well, yes, Hennessy has fresher mediums, while Shaza has older hards, but still, like, in that Williams, he's still staying very close behind Shaza in that DRS zone in the matter of in the matter of fact, Noise still in that DRS zone, but the DRS zones on the straight aren't as effective as in like Spain, Jeddah, Bahrain, because in here one DRS zone is, well, it is short, but then the second DRS zone is very short, so it's just all like Monaco-esque track with a DRS zone, as Braden has, or he was fighting with Gemini going into turn 1 and 2. Matthias stayed in P10 for now, as behind High is out of the race, and this has caused yet again a safety car. And this is a very good for Reggie, because now he can just pit for the hard coming off tire, and he's gonna be good. He's gonna be good. For Noise, it's gonna be very hard. Well, he's staying out. Hamas is staying out. Shaza is going into the pits. Hennessy is staying out. Those guys who are on the used hards that they have pitted to, they're gonna be staying out. Braden is gonna be going in. Reggie for the mediums. He could go easily on. Why is he going on the mediums? He could go easily on the hards, and he will finish this race easily. Is he trying to go medium soft? Or has he just messed up himself? I don't know, but Shazza for the mediums, well, he had nowhere to go really with the tires. Hudson and, well, they're gonna getting back into the behind the pack finally, but it is now a Ferrari 1-2 in the race, but Noise still has to change his tires to not hards, to mediums or softs, probably mediums. I'll say probably mediums. But yeah, we'll see what he will do. We'll see what he will do. Well, nothing really much happening at the moment. Well, two things is that most Alfies have to get closer to the pack. Yeah. I'm not talking, alright? I'm just not talking at the moment. If any of you are wondering what am I doing at the moment. I'm just not talking because what am I supposed to really talk? Well, I could talk maybe something that I can think of, but I just now realized that Coke hasn't pitted, or if he did pit, then he pitted for old mediums. Interesting by Coke. A bit interesting by Coke, not gonna lie. And oh my god, what is happening? What is happening? George has spun Well, I don't even know myself. What George hasn't isn't. Someone spun. I think George, because now he has front wing damage. Gemini is up into 8th. Dietrich up into 7th. Reggie up into 6th. Now Monique is ahead of George. George is letting everyone through. Gravity 11. What is happening right now? Safety car in his lap. It's just now big mess behind. Well, it is safety car in his lap, so Noise is gonna control the pace, and he's gonna go pretty much now. So the race has been restarted. George going immediately into the pitch, changing his front wing. Reggie will be trying to overtake as many people as possible, as fast as possible, and already overtaken Jovi into turn 1 on the inside, and he's up into 5th. Behind, Shaza has overtaken Gravity into turn 1 as Gravity is falling down the order. Now he's behind Alfie, between the Alfies. Now Reggie was looking to overtake Hype into turn 4, but he backed out of it. Very wise choice, not risking it everything. But he has a lot more pace than Hype on those fresher mediums, faster car. So he's gonna try and overtake him as fast as possible, so that then he can focus on Hennessy and then on the Ferraris. Still not overtaking him into turn 13. Very close, going very close, as Shaza has already overtaken Gemini and Mormonic into turn 13. And Reggie on the start-finish straight, side by side with Hype, and on the inside of turn 1. Both of them braking at the same time pretty much, but Reggie with more grip, and on the inside of Hype has overtaken him, and he's up into 4th. Coke, well, Coke has been sent. Coke has spun in turn 2. Could be caused from fighting with Mormonic. But we'll see in the reports. Shaza has overtaken Jovi into the chicane, as well as both of the Alfies are fighting in the chicane, as Hudson has overtaken Alfie. Reggie is really close behind Hennessy now, very close behind Hennessy. So as going into the penultimate corner and onto the final corner, Coke has spun in turn 11, but Coke with a better exit, or Reggie with a better exit of turn 1 and with the fastest lap, and with the not DRS usage. But is he gonna dive down into it? No, he's not going to dive down into turn 1. I'll get my telemetry. But trying to go around the outside of Hennessy into turn 2 with a better car with the much more grip, and he has successfully done it like Daniel Ricciardo did in 2014. But Hennessy now trying to re-overtake him, and Hennessy has successfully re-overtaken Reggie into turn 4. So Reggie is back down to P4. So Reggie is gonna have to fight with Hennessy a lot more and try to find a bit better defense if he wants to try and overtake him in the same place. But now he has the DRS, which, well, if the gaps will stay the same, he will have, and Hennessy. Shaza is very close behind Hybe, but I think he will overtake him easily on the start-finish straight, as he will have the DRS on the exit of turn 14. Reggie, yet again, very close behind Hennessy. And on the start-finish straight, he pulls out to the right. He has a lot more straight line speed. Hennessy trying to go around the outside of Reggie, but Reggie has overtaken Hennessy up into third. And now ahead of him, both of the Ferraris. So a pursuit for that P1. George gets a fastest lap, 119.741. But Reggie is gonna be trying to overtake both of the Ferraris. Noise still has to go into the pits. So it is more about between Reggie and Lamas. But maybe as well Reggie is gonna have to go into the pits. We'll see. Like I said before, Shaza overtook Hybe easily, and he's up into 5th. Now trying to gain time on Hennessy and get into his DRS, as Reggie is very close to now Lamas, and both of them having the DRS, but Reggie pulls out Lamas defending the inside, and Reggie is forced to go around the outside, and he has been pushed off, not given much room on the outside. Lamas has stayed in P2, virtually in P1, but a bit not sportsmanlike, since he didn't give much room on the outside of turn 1, but he's still in P1. But we all know that Reggie is run out faster with those fresher mediums. So I think, well, like I'm saying, Noise still has to pit from those hard combat tires. So I don't honestly know for what tires it is gonna pit to, but Lamas is still ahead of Reggie. But into the final corner, Reggie has gained a lot of time. Lamas yet again defending the inside, using some of his battery. I don't think Reggie did use his battery, but behind him, Sheza has overtaken Hennessy into turn 1. Lamas has a bit caught up to his teammates up ahead, but Reggie still trying to overtake Lamas now into turn 4. Reggie's not gonna risk it into turn 4 as it is a very high speed corner and going too wide. It's not. You will lose a lot of time, like half a second. As Noise what's Noise? What? I know it was just lag. All right, it was just lag. Nothing happened. It was just lag. So Noise is still P1. The race has stayed the same. So nothing has happened. Reggie is still close to Lamas. Yet again, lap after lap. Still the same. Reggie gaining on that last corner, using his ERS as well as Lamas. But Reggie has more of that straight line speed. Lamas defending the inside line. Reggie is pushed on the outside, leaving enough room. This time was enough room. Reggie could send it into turn 2. He's on the inside, and he is now ahead of Lamas going into turn 3. But Lamas still could. No, he's not gonna defend or attack Reggie into turn 4. So Reggie virtually is in P1. But now Lamas has to remember, behind him is yet again a Hungry Red Bull, but this time it is Shazza. So he still has to look out for that podium place. Reggie now has a a bit easier job with Noise, since, well, no, like I'm saying, Noise has to still pit from those hard coming up tires. But he's still not going in. He's still not going in. Noise gaining a lot on that last corner. I don't think Noise is gonna fight it. Well, he's fighting him as he's using ERS. Reggie on the outside, Noise on the inside. Reggie trying a switchback. Bit bumper cars between the championship rivals. And as the clouds are coming onto the track, does Noise know? Is there gonna be rain at the end of this race? Well, I've been concentrating a bit much on that top 4. Gemini has spun on the exit of turn 1. Well, if it is rain, then I understand why drivers went for the hard coming of tires, as Lamas is defending from Shaza like a lion. Going to turn 11, trying to defend his hardest, as well as Noise is trying to defend his hardest from Reggie. Reggie has a lot more grip in that last corner, and Reggie gets again with that DRS, but doesn't have as much amount of ERS as the rain comes down. It is raining, so now it is just a matter of time when it is for the Inter coming of tires. It is gonna be sorry. It is gonna be less grip, lap after lap, sector after sector, as Alfie and George really early go for the intercoming, as well as Brandon. Well, he went straight into the wall in turn 12, but it is raining, but I don't think enough for the intercoming of tires yet, so maybe they went a bit early. But it is raining quite hard, but it is just a matter of time when the rain will be enough, as Noise and Shaza they go to the pits for the intercoming of tires. Reggie and Lamas, they stay out on their strategies at the moment, and yes, they go onto the inters, as well as Hennessy. Gravity as well went in, so the race has been disabled, so the intercoming of tires could be faster now, as Coke has spun in turn 13, as Gemini has sped in the pit lane. Gravity interprets, Gemini interprets, Coke interprets, Alfie has gone early into the pits, and it could pay off, as well as for, who was that? Hennessy has spun on the exit of turn 3, so it might not be yet for the inter tires, but look at the track, it is wet, there are wet patches already, and Reggie has no front grip, neither rear grip, so it is for the intercoming of tires. So for Noise and Shaza, this could be perfect. That pit stop lap 26 could have been, or 27 if you want to call it, could have been the perfect time to go for the intercoming of tires. Reggie and Lamas, they have already switched on to their intercoming of tires. Noise, is he gonna be ahead? No! Reggie is ahead from Noise. So Reggie was faster on those mediums when it was still still dry enough for the intercom of tires, but now it is full on wet. So Hybe is now up into 5th, Reggie back to P1, Noise down to P2, Shazza 3rd, Lamas 4th, Hybe up into 5th, but very close behind him there's Hennessy, Jovi 7th, Dietrich 8th, Gravidi up into 9th, Alfie 10th, so his strategy worked really well. Sheminai up into 11th, George 12th, Mormonic 13th, Coke 14th, Brandon 15th. His race just didn't go, or the race and the weekend went just literally shit. If we have to really honestly say, qualifying has been blocked twice in Q1 by George, which meant that he didn't go into Q2, and then in the race nothing went well. Nothing. Just couldn't get himself up there in that Mercedes. Well, it is lap 19. Alfie yet again. Hudson. Yet again with 3 seconds. He has 14 seconds of penalties. So he has 5 seconds from spinning in the pit lane and 9 seconds from exiting into track limits. Jovi, Dietrich, Alfie, George and Brandon, they have 3 seconds. Sheminai has as well 3 seconds, but as well he has 5 seconds from spinning a pit lane, which means that he has at the moment 8 seconds. And Alfie Hudson has overtaken Brandon. So Brandon as well has no confidence in the wet. He's just not going. He doesn't have full throttle. He doesn't go at all full throttle, which is weird. What is he doing? Oh, yeah. Does he want to retire in the pits, mate? Alright, he did that, but it's not good to retire like that, because it can still affect drivers like Reggie, who's going into turn 4, and okay, it didn't do anything. He didn't block him, but that AI could have blocked Reggie, which could have meant that Noise would caught up to Reggie, and basically all the things, and it would just cause a whole lot of chaos, and Mercedes won't be scoring any sort of points. Noise got a huge slide on the exit of turn 9. He caught it, thankfully, well, for himself, as he now has appeared, and now he's behind his teammate. So he gone from P2 to P4 very quickly. So it is now Shazza P2 and Lamas P3. It is now a Red Bull 1-2, and with lap after lap, the curse looks like to be going broken this weekend in this race, as now Shazza has problems on the exit of turn 3, which means Lamas is now ahead of Shazza. What is going on with these 3 drivers? Or actually 2 drivers, and now what is going on with these 2 drivers? Noise had a big slide on the exit of the chicane now. But what is happening with Shazza? Just now himself doesn't have the confidence. I don't understand. Could he be... I don't know, to be honest. Noise again with the lag. Coke retiring on track. And that is a very late safety car. A very late safety car. Caused by Coke. Noise with 5-second time penalty for severe collision with Shazza. And Gravity with the drive-through penalty. What is going on around here? What is going on around here? Noise doesn't have a piece of his front wing. What is going on? Have no idea. Well, Noise is probably gonna have to go into the pits to change that front wing. I don't think he's gonna be driving with that front wing any longer. That will mean that Lamas is gonna get closer to Reggie, but Lamas doesn't seem to have great pace at the moment, so still Reggie looks to be, well, in terms of the probability with what Lamas is showing in terms of pace, it doesn't look that he would really fight Reggie for the victory. And now he's yeah, Delta. Noise stays out. He doesn't go into the pit to change the front wing. Interesting. He doesn't go into the pit to change the front wing. A bit interesting by him. Yeah, because he's gonna have to then serve that 5-second time penalty, so maybe he's doing that. Oh yeah, alright. And then he would get overtaken by Hype and Hennessy. Yeah, but... It's a bit... weird. And the safety car could be even going at the end of this lap even. It just depends how the game will like to do it. Let me just quickly check. Let me just quickly check the Discord, what is ever happening. Could be something happening that I don't know about. Safety car is in this lap. It is a safe car in this lap, so Reggie is gonna be controlling the pace, and it's gonna be 2 laps of racing. So Reggie has now restarted the race. Lamas very close behind, very close side by side with him, and Lamas diving down the inside into turn 1, and Lamas takes the lead of the Hungarian Grand Prix in these terrible conditions. And Reggie is now down to P2. Noise is up into 3rd, but having no grip with that front wing. He's dropping down to P4, and Hype and Hennessy are fighting. Hype pushed to the off-road and Hennessy is now back into P5. Noise dropping down places as he has no grip with that front wing. He's now down to P6, and he's now behind him. Dietrich and Jovi made contact. Jovi was spun by Dietrich, and well, Jovi didn't lose places because of it, but they lost time that they could have used to overtake Noise and gain even more places. But at the moment, Lamas is on course to win this Hungarian Grand Prix, but there's still one lap of racing. He has to put all of his ERS and everything of his scale on this one lap, because Reggie is the fastest man on this track at the moment. So it is going to be very hard to, well, not really very hard, because it is now easier to defend with this rain, but it is still going to be very hard to defend from this rapid Red Bull, with as Reggie is faster in the corners, and he's gaining easily, going into the chicane, not trying to dive down inside onto the chicane. Almost having better exit, but now into the S's. Reggie makes a mistake. He's down to P3, and this is now Shaza ahead of Reggie. Lamas is on course to win his first Grand Prix of the season, and it looks like the curse continues on. The curse looks to be continuing on. Lamas, only one more corner, the last corner, turn 14, and on the exit of it, Lamas crosses the line to win the Hungarian Grand Prix. Reggie finishes second, and the curse continues on, ladies and gentlemen. Shaza finishes third, Hennessy finishes fifth in the Williams, Hyde finishes fifth in the Haas, Dietrich finishes sixth, Joffy finishes seventh, Noise eighth, but he has a 5 second time penalty, so he might finish. He go back to P6. Alfie finishes 9th, Mormonic 10th, Shemina 11th, Hudson 12th, George 13th, and Danilo 15th. Hamas, who had, honestly, he had almost no pace compared to his teammate and both of the Red Bulls, but that late safety car caused by Coke gave him the win for Ferrari and for himself. And most importantly, the curse continues on. It continues on. It looked like it would be broken, but it is a win for Lamas. And I have no words at the moment. All that happened in this race. Noise, who was fast everywhere until the rain came on, and the strategy, and then later on the fact that he got that 5 second time penalty and that front wing damage meant that he had nothing, no grip, and all of that. Hamas, honestly, had no pace this race, yet he still managed to win thanks to the very late safety car caused by Coke. Reggie finishes second, and the curse continues on. Shaza finishes third with the fastest lap, but the but the Red Bull crew or the or Red Bull is gonna extend the points in the constructors, and Reggie is gonna gain points on noise in the drivers' standings. Hennessy finishes 4th in the Williams. Haas, Hybe finishes 5th in the Haas. These were 6th. Jovi 7th. Very good race by them as well. Noise finishes 8th. The beginning of the race was for him crazy. He was really fast. He was just really fast at the beginning. Had the pace to fight with Reggie, but then all of the things came down on that late safety car. From one side, that late safety car was good for Ferrari, but from the second side, it was bad for Ferrari, because Lamas won because of that safety car, but the noise lost from 4th to 8th. Alfie 9th in the Alfa Romeo. Mormonic getting points for the Haas, so double points finish for Haas, and as well for Alfa Romeo. Shemai just outside of the top 10. Hudson 12th, George 13th, Gravidi retiring very late. Danilo finishes 15th, but he left the race very early on. And the drivers don't want to go ahead, so I guess yeah. But yeah, I have nothing else to say. It was a very good race to compensate on. Next race is in Netherlands around Zandvoort, so we'll see you guys then next week.